Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Innayatul Huda. I'm from English Education Class B, and in here I will explain my summary in book The Present and Informed Approach. First is introduction. Today, those clearly identifiable and interpreting method or an interpretation is not insightful contribution to our professional reporters, but a few practitioners look to any one of them of their predecessors for a final answer on how to teach a foreign language. Method as a unit finite set of design features is now give only minor attention. The profession has at last reached the point of maturity where they recognize that the diversity of language learning in a multiple worldwide context demand the electric blend of tasks, each tailored for a particular group of learners in a particular place, studying for a particular purpose in a given amount of time. Next is an inclined electric approach. The interaction between your approach and your classroom practice is the key to dynamic teaching. The best teacher always take a few calculated risks in the classroom, trying new activities here and there. The inspiration for such innovation comes from the approach level, but the feedback that this teacher gather from actual implementation then informs their overall understanding of what learning and teaching is, which in turn might give rise to a new insight and more innovative possibilities, and the cycle continues. Learner-centered instruction. This term applies to curriculum as well as to specific techniques. It can be constructed with teacher-centered and has received various recent interpretation. Learning-centered instruction includes first, techniques that focus on or account for learning needs, styles, and goals. Second, technique that gives some control of the student. And third, curriculum that includes the consultation and input of student and that don't propose objective in advance. And fourth is techniques that allow for a student creatively and innovation. And fifth, techniques that enhance a student's sense of competence and self-worth. Next is cooperative and collaborative learning. And cooperative learning models, a group learning activity is independent of the social structure and exchange of information between learners. In collaborative learning, the learners engage with more capable other teacher, advisor, who provide assistance and guidance. Collaborative learning models have been developed with social constructivists. Chapter School of Thought of promote communicative of learning that cut across the usual heritages of students and teachers. Next is interactive learning. Interactive learning will most likely be found doing a significant amount of pair work and group work, receiving authentic language input in a real-world context, producing language for gaining meaningful communication, practicing oral communication through the give and take the subtlety of actual conversation, writing to and for real audience, not contrived ones, performing classroom tasks, then prepare there for actual language use out there. Next is whole language education. Rules and not to yield to the temptation to buy language only from the bottom up. And science part of the wholeness of language includes the interrelationship of the four skill two in connected concept are brought together in a whole language. First, the wholeness of language implies that language is not the sum of its many dissectable and distinct parts. First, language acquisition research shows us that children begin practice whole, like a sentence, emotion, intonation patterns, well before parts. And second, whole language is a perspective. anchored in a vision of an equitable, democratic, diverse society. Because we use language to construct meaning and to construct reality, teaching a language enables learn to understand a system of social practice that both constrain and liberate. This is task-based instruction. Peter Scazens in 1998 concept to task seems to capture the essentials. He defines task an activity in which meaning is primary. First, there is some communication problem to solve. Second, there is some sort of relationship to comparable real-world activities. And third, is task complementation has some probability. And the fourth is assessment of the task is turn outcome. A task is really a special from a technique in some cases. Tasks and techniques may be synonymous. It's like a problem solving or tasks and techniques. A role-play task or techniques, for example, but in other cases, a task may be comprised of several techniques. Example, a problem-solving task that includes, let's say, grammatical explanation, teacher, initiate question, and specific turn tasking procedure. Tasks are usually bigger and their ultimate and that techniques. And then maybe that's all from me. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.